the day of the accident. It was a bluebird day, perfect day for riding. And I'm going down 111, and I seen a truck stopped in the opposite lane. And I saw he had his blinker on. He wasn't moving, and when I looked back, the white van popped out. Well, I automatically went to the ditch like I've always been taught. I ended up going through my little windshield that I had on the bike, flipped end over end about 20 feet and landed. My glasses, my phone, everything was just covered in blood. So the ambulance gets there, and I didn't even get in the ambulance. They took me straight to the helicopter and flew me to the hospital. I had a fractured hip, broken patella. I broke my pinky toe, the bone that connects it to my ankle, and my left ankle. He said it was sprung, to the best of his knowledge. It was just kind of an overlook. It's fine. They sent me back to the house. I spent the first 6 weeks laid in a bed with a big old cast on my leg. I got to go back to work, and I worked for about a year in pain every hitch. Sometimes I'd take a step and I'd just fall down. Other times I would have to limp. So I had to take off again. And it was only supposed to be 6 to 8 weeks of recovery. It was 12. It come down to almost losing my job. I actually called a lawyer that I had just dealt with on a personal matter. I just called him and asked him, hey, who do you recommend for personal injury? And he said, Brian Caubarreaux. Go see him, he'll take care of you. When you went there, it wasn't another interview with like the cops or something like that. It was a friend-to-friend thing. It wasn't like a scripted, this is what we're gonna ask you, as soon as we get done, you're out of here. It felt like I was talking to friends. Brian was always right there. He would call me after every little thing. Hey Robert, this is what's going on. How are you doing? He checked on me frequently. That was, to me, one of the coolest things. It was like he'd never really left my side. Any questions I had, no matter how weird or dumb they may be, he answered them. Miss Jennifer, she's his paralegal, was just like Brian. She called me on a week-to-week basis. Hey, how are you doing? Do you need anything? That lady right there, it was like I knew her on a personal basis. The overall experience with his paralegal and his other lawyers was phenomenal. If I hadn't hired Brian, it would have probably been a lot worse. It'd have been hard to try to keep a job without Brian. I was extremely grateful for Brian and everything he did. I'm glad that my lawyer referred me to him, and I feel like that was my best move for everything. Doing it right is not just a slogan for Brian. He truly means it. My name is Robert Berly, and I was not paid to tell my story.